there have been quite some concern from residents and environmental groups. They held an urgent meeting last night with the focus being on the Zeekoevlei and Rondevlei. Zeekoevlei is Cape Town's largest inland water body. It's currently closed apparently due to the toxic contamination of the water there and the low level of water quality. The city has for the last while had the long-term problems around the sediment buildup, nutrient-rich organics that's leading to plenty of algae booms there. I know that there have been some dredging projects in the Zeekoevlei, but also, it's not just that, it's also concerns around water pollution, particularly with stormwater systems and human waste flowing into the Zeekoevlei. It's a problem that has been acknowledged by the city. John Mathamad, a director for water and sanitation, on with him earlier this week. But I speak now to Sidney Jacobs, chairperson of Friends of Zeekoevlei and Rondevlei. Good morning, Sidney. Really appreciate your time. Firstly, what are residents seeing or maybe even smelling? Talk to me about what are residents witnessing there when it comes to the Zeekoevlei.
Morning, Lester. Morning to all your listeners as well. So what we see, especially people living on the water's edge, is the water itself turns green. The water itself becomes smelly. And, of course, nobody can use the water because of its toxicity.
And what has been some of the interventions by the city so far? The city earlier this week acknowledging the situation, saying it's serious, it's unfavorable, it cannot yet guarantee when full recreational access will return. They're saying it's the burgeoning of formal and informal settlements that are contributing to the sewage outflow into the area. It's commercial activities, it's illegal connections. The city says they're aware of the problem, they're working on it. Is that sufficient for you?
Oh, absolutely not. Let me upfront say that the city is fully aware. We've been working together with the city. We want to work with the city. And we can give you a list, which the city has, of all the areas where contamination comes into our main river called the Big Lotus River. The city's got plans in place. They've actually got studies starting now to look at some of the main areas where the biggest sewage flows are coming into Big Lotus River. But studies take time. Tests take time. Our Zeekoevlei does not have the luxury of time to actually survive. We need help now. We need some of the solutions to be put into place from a temporary point of view before the final solutions get rolled out. Some of these solutions are only planned to be rolled out in the beginning of 2027. Our vlei does not have that time. It is in a bad state at the moment.
Talk to me about some of that, the impact of the infrastructure and particularly sewage that's flowing into the vlei from the Lotus River. They have over the last while, I'm familiar with the area, an increase in the number of informal settlements there. People are discarding of their waste, and that is then flowing into the Zeekoevlei. What has been some of the conversations with the city, and how regularly do you see this inflow of human waste in that area?
As I mentioned earlier on, there's quite a couple of areas. We took a group of residents into our catchment area last week, Monday, so they understood the size of the problem. There's an area, let me give you one of our main sources of sewage flowing into the Big Lotus River, which the city is fully aware, and the city, they are putting steps into place, but as I said, it will only roll out in 2027. There's an area called Sweet Homes. I've sent you the video, I know you've seen it, where there is 3 huge stormwater pipes, and coming out of those stormwater pipes is sewage. And this has been running since 2024, continuously. And our very rough, conservative estimation says there's about 6 million liters of liquid take note, I'm not using the word water, of liquid coming down the Big Lotus and into Zeekoevlei. Now, this sewage is making sure that Zeekoevlei, which at this time of the year, all other years, is about 200-300 millimeters lower than what it should be now. Zeekoevlei is overflowing, and there's not been any rains. We've had a really dry season, but Zeekoevlei is overflowing despite the fact that dredging is taking place, and dredging uses water. So it should be dropping faster than other years, but it's actually overflowing. And it's caused by all these small areas that are flowing in, but especially a place called Sweet Homes, where it's discharging into the Big Lotus River.
Sidney Jacobs is the chairperson of the Friends of Zeekoevlei and Rondevlei. Really appreciate your time.